Hi, this is my gridkid milestone 3 demo interface. So I'm going to go over the code a little bit real quick and then go ahead with the demo. So this is the setup. I'm passing in the environment, referencing the grid into the display, and I give it a row and column. And right now we're just working with single digit width and height, 6 and 8. Um, Here I'm setting up some extra parameters like cell width. This determines how many white spaces I'm putting in each cell. And then these are like current row and column placements for the cursor and a margin for displaying the entire collection of windows spaced off from the left and right. And then here I'm just creating an environment reference. And these are hash maps for expressions and values for like quote unquote saving expressions in the space. Here I'm setting up some of the windows and then I call draw. So in draw, I have a main loop which draws the grid and is updating the position as it goes. And then we are setting up the statements in the window including tooltips, title, and then the value and expression fields. And then we reset the current position to wherever it should be. And then this is the main loop. So I guess this part would be good for a demo because I don't use arrow keys to move, partly because I was running into some issues with curses and the key recognition where it would just sometimes work and it sometimes wouldn't. And also, it's a spreadsheet. People are going to want to be able to access the numpad and enter expressions easily, like in the offhand. So it just kind of makes sense, to be honest, when you think about it. You hit E and you got your expression field. And if you got numpad, you can go in. So if I hit escape, I can get out of the expression mode and I'll go ahead and write an expression and save it with enter. And you can see it's saved in the cell. And I can evaluate it by hitting V. So we'll just do another one like so. And you can see they're saved there and I can evaluate them. It's Q to quit. And when I'm in either of the, when I'm in the expression window, editing it, it's escape to enter without saving. So if I enter a bunch of nonsense and then hit escape, it cancels the output. And that's done here. So this is the expression case. Oops. Let me just stretch the window. I don't know if that's fixable. And here I'm updating this expression field with the current cell reference. So that's one downside. I don't have uh, characters representing rows or columns because the current cell position is displayed in the expression field. So I didn't feel it was necessary, and this just made more sense to me. Um, so the expression is grabbed from echo, and well, the expression is pushed uh, characters from the echo as we're looping in this expression field. And if you enter escape, it breaks. If you hit enter, it pushes it with the current coordinates to the map so we can save it for later. And then in V, we are grabbing the current cell key and making sure that it's a valid expression, or not a valid expression, but the expression has been entered into our map. And then we create this just expression statement, and I use it to tokenize and parse from the previous milestone. And then we add a cell with the new information and add the output to our values map. And then we clear and update the value field and then reset the cursor position. And you exit with Q. So it pretty simple. I can do some other stuff. If I enter an invalid expression, you can see it's saved here. But when I go to evaluate it, you can see the value field is updated with a debug error or a debug message that does its best to let you know what went wrong. And just because I'll show off some other expressions. So true and false, saved, evaluate it, cool. Forget what else I could do. Maybe like a bitwise thing. Cool. And yeah, that's all. I hope using WASD to select cells isn't too weird from the standard. I know some people were doing mouse movement and some people were doing arrow keys, but this just made more sense to me, and I was running into some issues with arrow keys. So yeah, thanks.